Oh yeah, good people. It's Monday. Y'all see who I got with me, man. I got my guy. I want to call him my protege, everybody, but the boy done took off, man. The guy is, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to give the Hollywood mantle to him.
Oh no, that's still you. That's all you.
Okay. I appreciate that. I keep that, man. I got Malik Brown with me, everybody. So SI Atlanta own Malik Brown.
Yep. What's going
What up,
on?
Malik? What's good, my brother?
Just trying to make it. Just trying to make it through this tough year. Tough football season. Early already.
Well, Malik, before we get into we're not gonna beat up. We're not gonna get all into yesterday.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into it. But my first question for you, Malik, just coming into this campaign, all of the work you guys did in the summertime, training camp, whatever modified version of training camp this was, getting to this point right here, and we're not even talking about the season yet. What were your initial thoughts looking at this team coming into the 2020 season?
Shoot, for the past 4 years, I've thought the same thing. I've always thought, they have the talent. They have everything that they need, but it's just like, when are they going to put it together? When are they going to come as a unit and start playing like they're supposed to? And I mean, they went out this offseason and they addressed the needs, for however long the Falcons have been the Falcons, they've never been able to get pressure on the quarterback. So they went out and got Dante Fowler.
Mm-hmm.
Great move. Went into the draft and got Marlon Davidson. Good move. Went out, they had to clear cap space. They don't have money. So I hear Falcons fans talking, we need to get this player. The Falcons are broke. The Falcons are broke. They had to get AJ Terrell with their first pick of the draft. People were like, why are we getting AJ Terrell? At first, I was kind of iffy on the pick, but I mean, besides the LSU game, AJ Terrell had a good season. Nobody realizes that. You got to look at the film. So they went in, addressed the needed cornerback. Nothing much needed to be done with the offense. Sanu was traded last season, so I mean, somebody had to come in and step in as a third wide receiver. And Russell Gage proved that he was able to be a reliable third receiver. He's been injured numerous times, so that was the only problem with him. But besides that, he's a good, solid slot receiver. And then you think about the coaching staff. I thought that it was going to be it for them after last season, after what happened, the whole 1-7. But I get it. You went 6-2 the second half of the season. You want to build on that confidence, bring back the coaching staff, bring back everybody else, and let's run it back, basically. I don't know if that was a good decision. As we're going right now, it doesn't look like a good decision. But I mean, it's still more. We still got more games to go. But I mean, as far as everything, I mean, they got everything they need on deep. They got their. I remember when we always used to talk at the radio station. You always said it's 3 important things: quarterback, person who protect the quarterback, and the person to get to the quarterback. They got all that, and it still don't look like it's working. So I don't know what I can't tell you what it is, but that was what I thought at the beginning of the season. I'm like, they addressed all these things in the offseason. They got what they needed. Now it's just time to just try to put it together and see what they can do this season.
So let's start at the top of the food chain, Malik. We of course we always talk about the quarterback position. Are you surprised that with the amount of time and they kind of discussed this on Monday Night Countdown?
Yeah.
Are you shocked that the number of years Matt Ryan and Julio have been together, that it still seems like the connectivity is not there? Like, are you surprised by that?
I am. That I don't. They've been together. What? Julio was drafted in 2011. It's been what? That's nine years, right?
Yeah, 9 years.
9 years, and it just seemed like they just can't. They can't get it going. It's either Julio hurt or something, or Matt can't throw the deep ball. It's like every time Julio has people beat a lot of times, and it's like Matt, he doesn't throw the ball like for him to keep running. He throws it so he can just catch it and just go down with it. I think he did that. I think he did it last week against the Seahawks.
Yeah.
He threw a deep pass. It should have been a touchdown, but the way Matt threw it, it was like, dang, you not give him a chance.
Right.
So
right.
I don't know if it's more of Matt's arm, his accuracy, or if it's more like Julio he's been really iffy. Like these past 2 weeks, every time he get up, it looked like he is in pain. And he's been doing that for the past couple of years now. I can't remember a season where the last season Julio was been like fully healthy. It's crazy.
Which brings me to this, Malik, and we we've had this conversation. I remember vividly you, Nia, Emmanuel Glaze. I told you guys a couple of years ago before we signed Julio to that big money. Why not trade Julio? And when I asked that then, one of the biggest things I was always a proponent of was like, we know what Julio's skill set is.
Yeah.
If you can't use Julio in the way he's supposed to be used, why not trade him where you can get something for him?
Yeah.
And build your team. Because listen, everybody keep talking about Matt can't throw. Okay, so we know he can't throw the deep ball.
Right.
But in an offense that pretty much is kind of designed on shallow crosses, 15, 16-yard over routes.
Yeah.
All of that stuff can be done. So do you really need a Lamborghini like Julio if you can't put it on the road all the time?
Right. And I mean, I think like Julio, it seems like he's mostly there as a decoy now because he's gonna get double teamed. So that leaves why you think Calvin really been going off?
Calvin really
been going off eating. Russell Gage been eating. So it's like, he'll sprinkle in a couple good games every once in a while, but he's not gonna get. He's probably not gonna get in the end zone. He'll give you 100 yards. He'll give you 9 receptions.
Yeah.
But don't expect him to get in the end zone at all. So I mean, as far as the way they use him, I don't know if that's the offensive coordinator's fault. Because honestly, when Shanahan was here, I mean, I feel like he's been used the best when Shanahan was here.
Yeah.
Dirk Cutter came here, and I mean, they've been trying to still implement that same Shanahan offense, but it does not look the same. Sarkisian tried to do it, Cutter tried to do it, and it's not working. So I mean, at a point you have to look, and I'm like, I mean, is he just out there for being a decoy? Like what? Because I mean, you look at the other top receivers. DeAndre Hopkins, he double team all the time. He can still get the ball. He still score touchdowns. All these Michael Thomas. I mean, I know Falcons fans clown him all the time because he get the ball for 5 yards, but I mean, he still finds a way to get in the end zone. So it's like, what's wrong with what's the difference between Julio and all these other receivers that's not making him effective in the end zone?
Dude, I listen. I can't stress this enough, and I'm always talking about the system.
Yeah,
and when you talk about the system, this system is not Julio friendly. This system is designed for like I just said, shallow crosses, over, play action, like boots, waggle. All of those things are what this offense is about. And again, you have this Lamborghini like Julio. So, can you get Julio to buy into? And listen, you and I know this being around the team. Julio is the ultimate team guy,
right?
Now,
oh, for sure. He's
a diva.
Yeah,
you won't see him do the OBJ stuff.
Yeah.
He's a diva in a different way. You have to really be out there practice to understand. That's when he demands the stuff that he's demanding.
Yeah,
he's never gonna show nobody up on game day and not gonna get him mad face. That's just not what he's gonna do.
Right.
But we do have to acknowledge. I've been trying to tell y'all this for about 4 years now. Y'all
it ain't listening.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Tell y'all all the time. I don't know much. I don't. But this sweet game right here. Come on, I got a PhD in this thing, man. Y'all better know this. Y'all better know this. But yeah, so I want to talk to you about Todd Gurley.
Yeah.
Your thoughts initially when he signed. I remember your thoughts, but we want to tell everybody your initial thoughts. And 2 games in, has he matched your initial thoughts? So give the people your initial thoughts when the Falcons signed Todd Gurley.
Initial thoughts. I mean, I thought it was a solid pick. I mean, he's coming off a season where I feel like he was still productive, and the Rams were just like, you got this bad knee. We don't want to invest all this money in you, so we're gonna let you go. And I mean, I felt like it was literally the perfect situation for the Falcons because Devontae Freeman was declining.
Right.
Devontae Freeman is still looking for a team. He's still visiting teams. He just visited the Giants early this morning. So, I mean, they did something right with that. So, right. I mean, I think it was the right thing to bring in Gurley. And you know the way they brought him in, they didn't rush him or anything. They rested him during camp, made sure he had some days off. The way they're using him now is, still the 1-2 punch, but
right.
They're still putting. I think Brian Hill and Ito Smith are playing now, so I mean, they're using three of them now. But through the first 2 games, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not really impressed. Like, I'm not like I honestly feel like these are Devontae Freeman stats that he's putting up. Like. And I'm like, it's. I keep watching the games, and I've never understood why running backs always go run in the hole. They always do the HB dive, and they always run in traffic. Why don't you just bounce back outside? You got all this open space.
All them people in there, you can't feel your way around there.
Exactly, and Todd Gurley was doing that all yesterday. All yesterday, he was doing that, and I was like, "Yo, he was getting about 6-7 yards, but it's nothing that really like changed the game." Like, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Falcons got the ball first. I think they went with 2 runs first with Gurley, and they may have got third and 3, third and 4. After that, I mean, they stalled out. They had to get a ball right back to Dallas. So it's like, I don't know if they're using him right. I don't know if the scheme is right. I don't know if it's him just not being the same Gurley, but I mean, I expected more, but I'm not impressed so far.
That's tough, Malik. But I feel you. I feel you, Malik. Now let's turn around to the other side of the ball real quick. I want to start in the secondary. You know we like to start up front. We'll get to those guys. I want to start in the secondary because, as you know, and for those who who don't follow us or you're catching us for the first time, I am the official captain of AJ Terrell fan club.
He is.
And I want all the smoke when it comes to AJ Terrell. But 2 weeks in, Malik, it seems like the third-year corner on the other side he has all offensive coordinator's attention.
Exactly.
And AJ Terrell is just doing what he do. Make plays since he been doing. Y'all keep talking about the LSU game. LSU did that to everybody.
Right.
Shut up.
Right.
I'm sorry.
There you go, Hollywood now.
Right. I need to go put my shades on. I got so many notes for you. We got to wear my specs. I can get all my notes out. But are you surprised at how third-year corner Isaiah Oliver has played the first 2 games of the season?
No, I'm not. I honestly was not big on him coming into the season. Is something wrong with his technique or something that's not allowing him to stay in front of his receiver? Like, I really don't know what's wrong with him. I was really big on him when they drafted him.
Right.
I'm a big fan of like tall, lanky
right.
That can drill. And I'm not really a big fan of those small cornerbacks. So I feel like they're speedy, but if you trying to go over the top, that wide receiver going probably
he gonna get it. Yeah.
Right. But I mean, with Oliver, it's like he's not fast. He keep getting beat. I don't know what's wrong with him. His technique is off. Like when week 1 last week, when they threw that 4th down, when he got beat by DK Metcalf, it was like, what were you doing at the line of scrimmage? Like, it's like he was confused, like he was off. And I mean, AJ Terrell, I'm not surprised with AJ. Like, I know a cornerback is doing good when you don't hear his name at all during the game.
Boy.
I didn't hear about AJ Terrell none yesterday,
Right.
The only time you heard about AJ Terrell last week was when DK beat him on that. It was like a little route he beat him on because he jumped on the route.
Right.
So of course he's gonna get beat. But that was the only time you heard about AJ Terrell. Offense. I don't blame him for going to Isaiah Oliver. The week win. I don't blame him. That's what you're supposed to do.
Where's number 26? Oh, there you go.
There you go. There you
Got him. Got him. Dial it up over there.
Right.
Dial it up over there. And that's crazy because another guy. So I feel like this now, and I just want to get your thoughts on this.
Mhm.
I think DeMonte KZ is really out of position.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's not a safety to me.
Yeah.
He plays better when he's in the nickel down. He's a cover guy.
Yeah, right.
His rookie year when he kind of surprised everybody, when he got all those interceptions, he got those interceptions as a nickel and a dime. He's more of a corner than a safety. And the play with Ezekiel Elliott, listen, I was telling somebody, I'm like, dude, DeMonte KZ about 170.
He ain't doing nothing to him when he's not doing nothing.
Zeke 220. Solid, like no, and Zeke already got a head full of steam.
Exactly, he not beating him. He not doing nothing with that.
What you think KZ gonna do at the goal line right now?
Exactly. I think he doesn't read the field like Ricardo Allen.
Right.
I feel like people don't give Ricardo Allen enough credit. The way he reads the field, the way he can play multiple positions, people don't give him enough credit. I think Ricardo Allen is better in that spot. And I remember, They gave KZ that spot basically 2 years ago when Ricardo was hurt, and that's when he showed out. Like you said, he got all those interceptions that year. But Ricardo Allen is just a better free safety to me. And
right, no
if we being honest, because I was telling somebody earlier, Keanu Neal don't look like the same player to me. I get it, the injuries, but he doesn't. He had a big hit yesterday, but other than that, like you haven't heard nothing about Keanu these past 2 games.
This is one thing that you and I know covering the NFL, covering these teams. These coaches, with all the information they get, if y'all don't think that team, when they see Keanu Neal out there, teams are like, oh, we're gonna isolate Keanu Neal.
Yeah,
and we're gonna get like the big play to Amari Cooper yesterday.
Right.
We gonna formation you where Keanu Neal gonna be caught in the mismatch
by himself.
He is going to have to run, and like you just said, Malik, he's coming off back-to-back injuries. Like
season-ending injuries too.
Right. So are we expecting him to like get up in there and like say, well, we know he can hit.
Yeah.
But teams are making him a liability. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna get him out to make him play.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think he's not a great. Well, he was a great cover guy. He was good covering tight ends before he got hurt. But
he got hurt.
He lost a little weight. The injury. So, if anything, I feel like he's more like in the box guy instead of putting him out there in coverage.
Right. I want to talk about this guy, and I want to get your honest opinion again. Like I say, you're around this team. You know these guys. I want to talk about one Takk McKinley. He's kind of in the same boat that Vic Beasley. Boat that Vic Beasley was in. Option, not no, we're gonna pick up this option.
Right.
So this is your year this is your show me year. Show me that you're worth this option we're gonna sign. Your thoughts on Takk McKinley?
Honestly, I feel like he's been acting like he's hungry. He's hungry this season. I know he was real big on social media. Like he was letting social media get the best of him these past couple years. Like he was just doing crazy stuff. And I know he deleted social media for a minute. I think that's what he needed to do to get focused. But I feel like the biggest thing for Takk is staying healthy. And since he's been drafted, he has not been able to stay healthy. That shoulder has been limiting him. I think he had another injury. I think
got hurt yesterday.
Yeah, he got hurt yesterday. So I get why they declined his option. So at this point, it's like you got to play for your contract. And I feel like he's doing a better job of it so far than Vic Beasley was, because Vic Beasley was just seemed nonchalant during the whole thing. Like it seemed like the only good thing he had going for himself was that year in 2016 when he led the league in sacks.
Right.
And after that, it's just like decline. But at the same time, I feel like the Falcons put him in a bad position because you remember they tried to move him to linebacker that next year, and that was not a good idea at all. That ruined his confidence, everything. So I don't know. He's a different problem. But I think that Tack is going to do good if he can just stay healthy this season.
Right.
I think he's going to be good on the other side with Dante.
One of the questions I got that somebody wanted me to ask you today was, are we getting enough of Kaminsky? A lot of people feel like Kaminsky probably brings just a little more energy.
Yeah.
A couple of these other guys. I mean, he got the Dak a few times yesterday. Should we see more of Kaminsky as the season progresses?
I think so. I think I know Dan said before during camp that Kaminsky was one of his breakout players, I think, and he expected him to be more involved in the defense for sure. But yeah, I mean, when he I think he got a couple snaps last season. I mean, he looked pretty good to me. I know he did good in the preseason last year too. So at this point, it's like you got to fit anybody on that line that is going to be able to get pressure.
Right.
No matter who it is. Like, I mean, you have to mix it up, keep switching. But Kaminsky, I think he really deserves more time for sure.
I want to ask you about Dante Fowler. Our big offseason acquisition. He's a guy who pretty much, I mean, you know why he was brought here.
Yeah.
Brought here to go get that doggone quarterback.
Yeah.
Get 2 weeks in, thoughts on Dante Fowler?
I mean, I know he made a couple plays so far, so I'm gonna wait, but I think it was a good pickup initially. I mean, and through training camp, I like Dante Fowler. Like, I know I don't know if you heard his mic'd up with the
yeah.
I'm telling you, like, just like he just always for all his teammates, he always supported teammates, always talking to him like he wants to get better and he wants his team to be good. So I feel like with just that mentality, like he's gonna be able to do good. And one thing I know, like Grady Jarrett, he's going to get you those one-on-one opportunities. That's when you have to make a play.
That's our MVP. That's our MVP.
Yeah, he's gonna open everything up. If Brady can get a double team, it's up to Tack to be his dude. It's up to Dante to be his dude. It's up to whoever's next to Grady. If it's Tyler Davison or Marlon Davison, I know he hasn't played yet, but it's got to be up to somebody to get pressure on the quarterback. And I feel like the Falcons have done a good job so far getting pressure on these quarterbacks.
Right. Overall, the defense, 2 weeks in, they give up 38 1 week. They give up they put up a 40 piece yesterday. Raheem Morris. So clearly Raheem Morris is going to be in the spotlight. He was the guy that kind of fixed the defense at the end of the season last year, which allowed him to become defensive coordinator this year. 2 weeks in, I mean, it had been pretty. Your
It looked the same. It looked the same as the beginning of last season. Like people don't understand how the end of last season really hurt the Falcons, because it's like at a certain point after that bye week, it was like they were like, we gotta play for like our coach. We gotta play for these coaches now. We gotta do this. We gotta do that. So that's why they started playing hard. But it's like they come back into the season, they it's lackadaisical. Like they not having that same kind of fight that they had last season towards the end of the season. So I mean, and Raheem Morris, he's been back. He's been he's been a wide receivers coach for the Falcons.
Yeah.
So like at this point, they're not going out. And this is one thing that hurts the Falcons too. They always try to stay in-house. They don't never try to get somebody outside. Like,
go bring some dogs in. Go bring a dog in. Bring a dog in.
When Ricardo and Keanu were out for the season, and I'm telling you, Eric Reed was out there. Could have got Eric Reed, but what did Quinn was like? We gonna stay in house.
Bring up guys out the practice squad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like it's like they don't want to win. They don't want to win.
We got to talk this $1 million question before we break down the game this week. We've talked about this ad nauseum in the studio. It's always a topic of conversation.
Yeah.
So I ask you, now that you're really inside, why do the city hate Matt Ryan so much?
Through the first 2 games already, people already like it's Matt Ryan's fault.
It's Matt Ryan's fault.
It's always it ain't never nobody else's fault but Matt Ryan, and I do not get it. I don't get why it's always Matt Ryan's fault. He the one that put 39 points on the board for you. He the one that put up what 23 points, I guess, last week.
Yeah.
He's doing, and if we being honest, I know it's early in the season, but between him and Russell Wilson, one of them they looking like some MVP candidates, but don't nobody see that.
Early MVP favorite.
Early MVP favorite, but it's always go for the quarterback. When they lost in the Super Bowl, who fault was it? Matt Ryan. Nobody, and it's like every time they blame Matt Ryan, the Falcons have had a big lead. Yeah. Does nobody understand that the lead has to be given up by the defense? Matt Ryan does not play defense.
Or special teams. He don't play he on hands team. Like, yeah, man. That always freaks me out. But that's neither here nor there. So, Chicago Bears this week, a hot Chicago Bears team. They're 2-0. The Falcons could legitimately fall.
Yeah. To
0-3, and then that bad man,
Aaron Rodgers. You know.
Yeah. Hey. I listen. I already gave you props on that. I ain't gonna continue. I ain't gonna continue to give you props on that, man. But yeah. I'm not gonna keep giving you props on that. Mitchell Trubisky. It looked like he's playing with a lot of confidence. This Falcon team coming off a crazy loss last week. Can these guys rebound? You previewing this game. What are some of the things the Falcons need to do to get? But you talk about must win.
They gotta win this game. They gotta win this game.
This is a must win game, Malik. So, what are the keys for the Falcons on Sunday to get their first victory?
Play all 4 quarters.
That's job one.
But I mean, I feel like so far out of the first 3 games, this may be the easiest matchup as far as like the Bears offense. I mean, I still don't think the Bears have that much of a really explosive offense. They have David Montgomery, he's good, and they have Tariq Cohen, so they're gonna have to definitely watch out for them. But I mean, as far as like wide receivers, only people they really got is Allen Robinson. I mean, they got Jimmy Graham, but he's still
Jimmy Graham.
Yeah, he ain't been the same since he left New Orleans.
Right.
I mean, they got, I think it's Anthony Miller or something like that. But I mean, other than that, like they don't really have that many like big time players. So what they got to do is they got to continue to get pressure on Mitch, throw him off. Hopefully they don't put Nick Foles in the game because Nick Foles will come in the game and Nick Foles is good for coming in the middle of a game and beating teams. So they better hope that Mitch have a solid game at least. But I mean, I feel like they should have their way with them. They should have their way with them on defense. Now with the Falcons offense, this probably will be their toughest matchup so far.
Yeah.
With Khalil Mack and Kyle Fuller and Eddie Jackson back, like it's gonna be tough for them this week. So, but I mean, I've been impressed with what the offense been doing so far. They gotta find a way to get the run game going. Like they can't keep passing the ball. They have to establish the run because if they establish the run, passing gonna be easy. They're gonna be able to get behind these cornerbacks and these linebackers. So that's really the biggest problem for them. Might be that Bears defense.
As everybody, just a couple of these comments. Corey Long is him. They got a whole chat going on outside this thing. Corey Long, of course, with the obvious, they need to play all 4 quarters and they need to score more than the other team.
It seems like when they do that, They still.
And so Corey Long also added that can that Falcon just hire a new head coach and make Dan Quinn defensive coordinator? No, Corey, they can't do that.
That's confusing too, because it's like, okay, you brought Dan Quinn in to be Dan Quinn was for defense, and the defense has not been good at all. All these years he's been here, the only time they had a good defense was 2017. They didn't have a good defense when they went to the Super Bowl.
No, they didn't.
They didn't have a good defense in 2018 when everybody got hurt. They didn't have a good defense last year. They darn sure don't have a good defense to start the season now. So, I mean, what is it? Is it a talent issue? Is it a coaching issue? Nobody knows. It's kind of hard to decipher this Falcons team right now.
We're gonna close with this one, Malik, and this is, put your Sports Illustrated Atlanta hat on. A guy who's around this team constantly. Everybody, y'all. First of all, y'all just don't know how proud I am of my dude right here. This is my freaking guy, man. It used to be a time we couldn't get him to say 3 words. See how I rub off on people, man. This guy wouldn't say 3 words. Now we can't get him to shut up.
That's because of you and Glaze. You and Glaze did that to me.
Listen, y'all, we make Malik argue every day, but you gonna argue with us today, boy. Don't you say nothing. Don't you say, wait, argue, Malik, argue. The question for you, Malik, as we close out, and let's say this Falcon team opens up the first quarter of the season 0-4. Can Dan Quinn survive it?
No. I don't even think he may survive next week. Honestly, like it's week 3 is a must win. He might be on the hottest seat of the NFL head coaches that are on the bridge of getting fired. So
I think him and Adam Gase. I thought you could just close your eyes.
Yeah,
I think really, but now that you say that, it's probably more Dan Quinn because of the way they lost this game.
The way they lost. It's the way they lost. So I don't know. They might have to get rid of Quinn and Dimitrov. They might have to clean. They should have did this last year. They should have cleaned house last season.
I tried to tell y'all a lot.
They don't listen.
A lot of yous, not you, Malik, but a lot of yous out there said, "No, look how they finished up. Dan Quinn figured it out."
Yeah.
And
every time they won a game, I was mad because I was like, I already know what's about to happen. They're gonna say, "Let's run it back," and that's what they did. They ran it back, and they 0-2 now.
Listen, I keep trying to tell y'all. I'm not gonna say this but a few more times. Me and that guy, we don't know a whole lot. When it comes to this thing right here,
we know a little bit.
We know more than all of yous. So all of yous with them weak posts.
Let it go.
Shut down your weak posts, man. Take that stuff somewhere else, man. Post that to your mama them. Put the keyboard down, man. What y'all do? Take your phone on game day, man. Throw it on the other side.
Throw it away. Don't listen to just turn the volume down. You just look at the game.
Some of you sound retarded when y'all post. I said it. So what?
Don't make sense. How you still blaming Matt? What did Matt Ryan do?
If you got a problem with it, meet me at the park. I keep a football in the car. Let me see you throw a 15-yard out. See you on the move. See you get off platform and make a throw.
They can't do it.
In the words of Jay-Z, everybody can tell you how to do it. They never did it. I'm so petty, but it's okay.
Them Falcons fans for you though. Them Falcons fans, they think they know everything.
You guys know nothing.
I want to see some of them. I want some of them be a GM one day, and they got all these moves in their head. I'm like, okay, how you gonna do that with this money?
They're gonna sign Mike Vick, Malik. That's the first thing they're gonna do. They're gonna sign Mike Vick. That's gonna be first.
They still holding on to Vick.
They're gonna sign Mike Vick or the new one out there, man. Tank for Justin Fields, baby.
Justin Fields, yeah. They still holding on to that quarterback that running and oh my God, man.
In the words of Corey Long to hit us with the Matt Ryan's main problem. He not somebody else, man. Listen, they won't, man. Listen, they want Matt Ryan. Maybe y'all will be happy with Marcus Mariota. Maybe he mobile. He mobile.
That's right. He mobile. Yeah. That's what y'all want, right? Y'all want
he mobile. I remember when it was right after Matt Ryan signed this deal. I mean, it's a faction of this fan base who was like, man, we could bring in Kirk Cousins.
And I'm like, Kirk Cousins?
Really?
You like that? Kirk Cousins.
Hey man, Malik, this was fun, my brother. I think we're gonna have to do this again next week.
Too.
Hopefully next week, Falcons will be sitting at 1-2, and maybe there will be a little piece in the city. But again, it's gonna be short-lived because that bad man. I ain't gonna say it too many more times, but that bad man. Everybody tell y'all, I am president of the Aaron Rodgers Hater Club. I don't like that dude. I put the Cowboys out the playoff last couple seasons with some ridiculous throws. Like, ain't nobody make that throw with him. So that's where my hate come from for Aaron Rodgers. Everybody, listen. I know he'll pass the quarterback, but I hate the dude. I hate
after the Packers game go, the Falcons got an easy schedule. They got the Lions, the Vikings. They got, I think, Carolina. Like, those are winnable games. Like, they should be good, but
they got to get to those games, Malik.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, they should win.
Lucky for them. This is Mitchell Trubisky, and maybe he will do Mitchell Trubisky type thing. Maybe somebody tell him, man, you ain't Deshaun Watson. You ain't Pat Mahomes. You ain't Pat Mahomes. They kind of get him in. They kind of get his panties in a bunch a little bit.
That is so crazy how he went before both of them. He went before both of them
because everybody falls in love with that word potential, Malik.
Yeah,
word. Not the head coach Johnny White at Douglas County. He said when they talk about your potential, that means you pretty much ain't done nothing. You sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, he has the potential. He ain't did it.
He ain't did nothing.
All the accolades that Deshaun Watson had, y'all still felt like
exactly
Mitchell Trubisky was a better option.
Won the national championship.
Yeah, that's Chicago.
Man, Chicago fumbled the bag on that one.
Everybody, I'm gonna ask Malik for some musical selections off next week. We'll get Malik's musical selection. Me and him never agree on music, y'all.
You heard of Rod Wave before?
Who? You know who I just got into though, Malik?
Who?
Alan Poe.
Alan Poe? Who was Alan Poe?
So everybody, as y'all see, me and Malik agree on a lot, but it's a lot of man. Hey man, listen, do me a favor. Go look up Best Times by Alan Poe. And tell me that thing ain't no banger. Listen, I thought it was Drake when I first heard it. I was like, oh, Drizzy got one right here. They were like, that ain't Drake. I say, what? That ain't Drake?
That ain't Drizzy?
Like that, man.
Hey, if he gets you in your feelings, you gonna love Rod Wave then, because Rod Wave gets you in your feelings.
Rod Wave.
Well, that's I want you to go on Apple Music when you get the chance. Listen to Rags to Riches.
Rags to Riches.
You heard it before.
Okay, hold on. Let me. I'm gonna pull that up. But I will say this though. You were right about Gunna. You put me on Gunna.
I got you on Gunna. You
got me on Gunna.
I Lil Baby.
Gunna dope. Just when I was like, all these new artists suck. Malik saved y'all because he gave me Gunna.
I know you on Lil Baby too.
I've been on Lil Baby.
All right, see now, you doing good. You're doing good. Me and me had to put you on game. We had to put you on game because you was falling off for a minute.
Everybody, I'm gonna let Malik go on that note because I think my musical taste is impeccable. But I'm finna pull that up. What Rod Wave?
Rod Wave, Rags to Riches.
Rags to Riches. Everybody, I'm about to go pull up Rags to Riches. Because y'all know I'm not finna watch a Monday Night Football game. Y'all know I'm not finna watch it.
It'll be a blowout. But I mean, the Raiders did look good last week, though. They look good. But
Played Carolina,
They
man.
played- oh, yeah,
Played
they played
Carolina.
they did play Carolina last week.
Even though Teddy Two Gloves did the thing.
Yeah.
Did the thing, but that Carolina defense is
Yeah. It's probably gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
So I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up Rod Wave. You go pull up Alan Poe.
Best times.
Best times, and just tweet me and let me know if that thing ain't a whole vibe. Man. I thought it was Drake, man. Thought it was Drake, man. Tell y'all what I know about music, man.
Oh my god.
For Malik Brown, everybody. Sports Illustrated Atlanta, Malik Brown.
Appreciate it.
Man,
Appreciate it.
Man, do you like working with Terrence Moore? Terrence Moore is a character.
He is. He's funny. I can tell you that he's funny. His takes are hilarious.
And he is an Atlanta hater.
He'll probably tell you that too.
I'm glad I pawned him off on somebody else, man. This dude kills me at Georgia Tech games, man. He has made a living off his ATL, but he is an Atlanta hater. That's one reason I wore this hat. I broke out my braids, Gil.
You got the shirt on too.
Hey man, you know, graded baby coat, baby. Graded baby coat, baby.
Oh yeah, got a rep.
Yeah. Listen, I rock with the Braves, man. Y'all, everybody, listen. I love the Braves, man. Dale Murphy, Hank Aaron, all that, man. Ball Horner, Jerry Royster,
all that.
Chris Chambliss, Marquise Grissom. But
Now, I ask you a question.
Yes,
I remember once when we was on live on our podcast, my grandma and my mom was laughing at you for the whole episode, and they was trying to figure out what you got going on in the background with them jerseys. They said, "Why Maceo got on them jerseys in the back of his?"
So let's get into it real quick, everybody. So this is my cousin Stacey Harrison. He played at University of Alabama. This is his Sun Bowl jersey. They played in Sun Bowl. I stole the jersey. I got about 3 or 4 of them, but you know that's neither here nor there. This illustrious Morris Brown College. That's my jersey.
That's you. That's you.
And of course, I keep the GOAT, the greatest quarterback of all time.
Oh boy,
everybody. The GOAT. That's the GOAT right there. Y'all be talking about Brady, and this guy never lost a Super Bowl. Never. This guy never lost a Super Bowl. As my super producer up there booing. Yeah, you heard that boo. That come a super producer quarterback done lost 3 of them. And I got so this is my high school football helmet right there.
Yeah.
I still got that. You know, put my Morris Brown. I figure I had to take the shield off my Morris Brown helmet. Sometimes I want to take it off, sometimes I don't. So I got to find a way to hang you with the shield on. And like, so all my players that I've coached, I got a lot of their stuff in boxes and stuff. I just got to frame them and put them out. So so tell mom them, man, you know what I'm saying? It's just the man cave. It's just a vibe.
They're probably watching now, so they understand now.
You hear that hate up there booing. That's why your quarterback on 4th down got flipped yesterday. He a Patriots fan. That was the worst play call ever.
Oh, it would have worked if we would have went on the outside a little bit.
Dude, everybody know Cam getting the ball. Why not fake that and throw it?
True. Yeah, because they did that. They did that earlier.
They did it earlier.
Thing. They the same as that thing.
Folks out here defending that, I say, you know what? If you think that was a good call, you trash too. Hey man, see you next week at this time, brother. This work for you?
All right. Yeah, this good. Yeah.
Falcon Report, everybody with Malik. Sports Illustrated Atlanta's own by way of the Crush Sports Talk.
Yes, sir.
Malik Brown, man. Hey man, see you next week. I'm gonna go get in my feelings with this Rod Wave. I'm on it, dog. Everybody, we gone, y'all.
Yeah.